everybody, welcome back to the episode of Lost Out of Survival. Today we return, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys are having an absolutely fan-freaking-tastic day. Hopefully the most amazing variety that we get more fan-freaking-tastic from here on out. I'm doing pretty amazing because, boom, we're gonna be taking a look at some of the brand new motorcycles revealed and teased today by Last Day on Earth over at Skafir. And along with that, we also have this like interesting little like 9-dot raid. I was not able to like do any research on this. It's the weirdest thing, totally mysterious thing over there that we're gonna be doing. But first things first, let's dive, sorry about the burp there, into this. Today's development section is dedicated to the easiest riders. We're preparing an expansion of the bike park. Interesting, and planning to add it with brand new smashing models. Which one would you ride first, survivors? And here you guys are seeing the first set of those new models, because like in total, dude, they show off like freaking 12 new motorcycles that they have sketched up, and we're gonna go ahead and dive into them and break them down to the best of our ability. So over here at first, we're seeing what appears to be a very yellow bike with kind of like this whole scrap metal, kind of like a Mad Maxis like Raider type of vibe to it, where it's like kind of has all these different scrap metals put together with it. It has that kind of common yellow theme, making me think that maybe it has like some school bus scrap that's been like associated with it, or potentially just like some sort of like dyed sheet metal or something like that that has been put together. But regardless, it does appear like there is that constant yellow theme. It has like a pretty cool muffler going on too, if you guys notice that, near the back wheel. And overall, it's just looking like a pretty sturdy steed that I cannot wait to mount and have some fun with. Number 2, we are seeing what appears to be another type of like, like a lot of these are actually giving me that like Mad Max type of vibe, where they have like a lot of like scrap metal and been kind of like hastily put together and just kind of like has that scrap metal theme going throughout it with that like post-apocalyptic feel to it, which is really cool and very different from kind of what we are used to, because currently only really the off-road bike gives off of that vibe, with the rest being pretty professional in the form of the military motorcycle, police bike, and just normal chopper. So a lot of these are a little bit of a cool change of pace, and this one is that same way, because you guys can even see on the back it has that sheet metal saying burn to kill zombies, meaning that, yo, maybe as they are saying that they do plan on expanding motorcycles and stuff, you might be able to like freaking, maybe there's gonna be like flames shooting out the back of this one, and maybe you'll be able to burn some of the zombies and leave them in your tracks, quite literally ablaze. But along with that, it looks like it has like a pretty cool front cover over there, a couple of spikes on the front, and overall a lot of sheet metal covering it up. Number 3 is probably one of my favorites out of all of these. It has a freaking gas mask on the front. For some reason, on the back, it doesn't have a wheel, and it's like a freaking like snowmobile tread or something like that, along with an air conditioner unit of some sort. The front has like a freaking snowmobile ski or something on the front, making this look like a snowmobile motorcycle hybrid, which is incredibly cool and definitely something I think so far out of the ones that I've seen, this one's probably up there in terms of like one of, if not my favorites, especially because, dude, what is going on with that gas mask? Who knows, but I'm guessing we might need to put one of our gas masks to use to be able to craft this bad boy, however that does happen. And again, all of these are appearing to have like pretty unique engine designs as well. This one is like what appears to be like an 8-cylinder going on with like 4 cylinders on the side that we're looking at, kind of like leading into the exhaust or something, so that's pretty cool. And what appears to be a carpet or rug on the seat over there. As the 4th motorcycle, we have again a little bit of that Mad Max type of vibe, kind of put together through like a whole bunch of different like scrap metal, sheet metal, except on the front we see what appears to be like a goat skull or something like that, so that's a little bit on the new side. But besides that, it's looking like a relatively normal engine, relatively normal cover on the wheels, and it has like kind of like the normal looking ammo box in the back for like storage reasons, which is actually another thing which makes me wonder which one of these might be able to have like more storage than the others, and what stats and whatnot a lot of these might excel in, whether that be damage, you know, gas like tankage, like how big its gas tank is, how much storage it has, how much its gas tank can hold, speed, all durability, all that type of jazz. Definitely things that I am looking forward to. And this last one honestly appears like it is going to be a speed demon, because it is so incredibly lightweight, probably not going to be the most durable, but this bad boy is probably going to be wicked fast, because literally like a significant part of the middle, like the middle of this thing is like what appears to be like a NOS tank, like a not nitrous oxide, but whatever like nitrous people use to like freaking like those super fast during like freaking old school Need for Speed games. That's just the last thing that comes off the top of my head, along with like a pretty big boy looking engine and just a very lightweight, just kind of like look to it. Besides that, making it look like it is going to be very much so high speed, low durability, but high amount of fun as well. Boom! Let's move on to the second screenshot over here, where we have a look-ski doodle at more, and at the top, dude, there's like what appears to be some kind of like dragon motorcycle with like the dragon claws hatching out and like hooking onto like the front wheel, chains all over the back. This one is also up there in terms of like looking like one of the cooler ones that they do have, and like the wheels appear like they have like a pretty interesting design on them. It's kind of like a little something that I did notice over there. The second one appears to be inspired by that image that they posted next to it, where there is some sort of a skull, potentially like a bull skull or something like that, something with like some shortish type horns on the front of it, and it looks like it has some like cowboy type, the bag on the back reminds me a little bit of like some something like a cowboy would wear, with like those little, like, I know they're not called streamers, but those streamer looking type things hanging from the bottom of it, along with what appears to be a holster or something on the front for a gun. Like, are you guys seeing that, with like those 3 leather belts strapped across it? So that's definitely a cool one, and that's the thing, all of these motorcycles look like they have something pretty unique going on for them, so definitely looking forward to seeing how exactly they are fleshed out, and if, you know, there are entirely new aspects added to these motorcycles that make them more unique than ever before. The third motorcycle appears like it has some Native American inspirations. You can see what appears to be potentially feathers on the back. There appears to be some sort of a Native American paint job over there on what appears to be the chopper gas tank, and just overall, these aren't looking as scrap metal like as like that kind of like first set of motorcycles that we were taking a look at. These are looking a bit more professionally done, a bit more polished, all that type of jazz. And the one at the bottom, I mean, it kind of just reminds me of the main motorcycle a little bit, although interesting thing to note, and it might be really fast for this reason, is that it does it appears to be a 10-cylinder engine, because it looks like there are 5 pipes leading out of our side of the engine over there. So I'm guessing that there might be 5 on the opposite side that then connects to the opposite side's exhaust, which would make this a 10-cylinder engine, giving it a lot of horsepower. And that storage capacity in the back looks like relatively big compared to some of the other ones that we've seen. So definitely some interesting takeaways over there. Boom! Here we are seeing a lone image of what appears to be, dude, this looks like it's a freaking like a brewery turned into a motorcycle, man. Like in the middle they have like some sort of like pressure cooker, like beer brewery area. In the back you can see like literally just a gas tank being used as the engine, with like some kind of like a freaking just like plastic tubing feeding into there. We can see a couple of bottles on the back, and just all these kind of like pipes leading throughout the entirety of this thing. Like, honestly, most of this motorcycle looks like it is made out of pipe, and it's pretty interesting. It doesn't look like it has like a standout engine or standout chopper gas tank, besides literally that just like fuel canister taped on the back. So this one is looking very unique, just in regards to some of the other ones, and definitely like one that I am looking forward to as well. Boom! Here we are seeing like an alien type, like some kind of like snake, like really futuristic looking dude. And let me just say, this is probably gonna be like a 500 Mach speed type motorcycle. Look at all the exhaust this bad boy has. I count 4 exhausts on each side of this thing. It has probably the comfiest looking seat, the most important thing out of these all. And like, is this thing like nuclear powered, bro? It is glowing green out of the engine. Whatever this is insanity. This is probably the craziest motorcycle out of all of them that they are looking out of, and definitely has my interest peaked in regards to like what could make this bad boy special. Boom! Here we are seeing just what appears to be honestly like a dirt bike. You know, not too much to go into here, but this does appear like it is kind of like a dirt bike, like off-road racing type of bike, not like our current off-road bike, which is more of a kind of like not as much so built for racing, more just like built for being sturdy on the off-road, whereas this looks like it's kind of built for literally like as a dirt bike, like for just being fast and like very good on the off-roads. And boom, finally they also have a special one for all the chicken lovers. That is exactly what they said, a chicken inspired motorcycle of some sort. I don't know if this is a joke, I don't know if this is real, but regardless, I want it and I need it, and it's making me hungry for dinner, man. But definitely let me know what you guys got to say about any and all of these motorcycles, not to mention this motorcycle park that they bring up and exactly what that might mean. Could there be some sort of like motorcycle park location coming where maybe we might be able to like do mini games, like race against other motorcycles, maybe do some multiplayer motorcycle shenanigans, get into like some motorcycle races, maybe with a lot of these like off-road and kind of like more scrappy Mad Max looking like motorcycles. Maybe we'll be able to get into like motorcycle demolition derbies and all this type of jazz, whether that be in a single player context or in a multiplayer context. And maybe they'll open up like some sort of multiplayer arena for that, or maybe it'll just be single player against NPCs, kind of similar to like the winter racing that we did over back during the Christmas event. But regardless, definitely let me know what you guys got to say about any and all this type of jazz in that comment section down below. And also today's bunker code, in case you are in need of it, 43575 is gonna be the code for today. If that's out of date by the time you're trying to put it in, make sure you check that comment section down below for an up-to-date version brought to you by the fan-freaking-tastic community here at the Snipe Gang. And if you're not seeing it down below, you could be the fan-freaking-tastic lad and lassie to toss it down there and spread a little bit of positivity and fan-freaking-tasticness in your own little way. Just like me, I use my saw blade over here that is powered by engine, and I spread fan-freaking-tasticness by ridding the world of zombies. So you guys spreading the bunker code could be a little way of you guys being able to do it for everybody out there. Hopefully you guys are helping by stopping this whole zombie apocalypse. We got quite a few zombies to chomp through, and let me just say, doing it alone, it's not an easy task. So it would be good to know that I got you guys and gals as my backup. And now we're gonna go and open up those green and yellow ticket crates and see what they have within. But first, Mr. Hard Mode, you are being activated. You know why? I am hunting a little lad known as the Blind One. He must die. He will die. But first, loot! Nothing super ridiculous. Obviously, a couple of nifty things here or there, but nothing to make you jump out of your seat or nothing like that. And same thing over here, actually. I'm not gonna lie. This might be one of our more low-key openings we have done over here at Bunker Alpha in a minute. Well, Blind One, you better be dropping some good loot to make up for this, buddy. Otherwise, whoever we're about to raid is gonna feel some rage. The raid rage, baby. Oh, there's no road rage here. We suffer from raid rage. Although, road rage would make sense given the context of some of the stuff that we were going over during today's, like, info that was released. And seriously, man, it seriously appears like there's some really cool stuff in the works that, yeet! Let's go and cut you in half. I don't know, slice. I think I was about to say slice. I'm not even 100% sure. Let's go to cut you in half, start getting some bullets off into you. Let's go over here, and that thing hasn't recharged yet. Why did I think it'd be recharged already? I played myself. Why did I do this? Why do I do this to myself? Do not play yourself. I do not know the way. I am sorry. And then let's get a couple slices on you and put the finishing bullets into you as well. But seriously, that motorcycle park seems so interesting, man. And if it does look like they do want to like flesh out the motorcycle system, add in these motorcycles, I'm guessing they might want to give us more stuff to do with the motorcycles, and the motorcycle park might be a prime area of doing that, whether it be, you know, where we could like battle and just kind of like, you know, maybe that motorcycle park's where we'll be able to like acquire a lot of these things, for example, you know. And hold up, we got to go to sneaky dicky mode over here to get a freebie kill. But maybe the park will be where we can acquire some of these things. Maybe the park is going to be like where we could trade somehow with like owners of these shoppers, or maybe, you know, battle them and try to like be able to somehow I don't even know, somehow like earn these things from them. Maybe they'll give us quests, and in exchange we'll be able to earn some of these motorcycles. Regardless, there's gonna be a lot more motorcycles in the game, and well, that means they gotta add in a way for us to get the dang thing. So definitely some interesting stuff to keep our eyes and ears peeled upon, especially with how dope some of those motorcycles were looking. But I'd love to hear from you guys in that comment section down below regarding what you think about this potential motorcycle park, how you guys think it might end up coming into play, how all of that jazz might ultimately work. Because like I'm saying, man, it's an interesting thing to have this park, and if they're talking about a potential park, I'm leaning towards it kind of having some like motorcycle type mini games, just kind of like potentially like motorcycle oriented quests. Maybe like, you know, we gotta chase someone down on our motorcycle. Speaking of fleshing out motorcycles, maybe they'll let us like start shooting guns on our motorcycles, for example, which would be perfect for like a potential demolition derby type thing with the motorcycles. And maybe it could give us like the ability to like maybe hunt someone down, or literally chase someone down, for example, with our motorcycles, like a potential quests that like that park would give us, like a motorcycle chase. Now we got to hunt down some sort of wanted person on one of the bikes that we want, and we got to kill them. We get some of their loot, and we can ultimately kind of earn their bike after that, you know? Like maybe the bike gets wrecked and we just like learn the recipe from quote unquote studying the wreck. Like there's so many cool potential things here, but this motorcycle park I think is gonna come into play with it being just some sort of area that again has to do with these motorcycles, and I think instills some sorts of like mini games that will be able to be used along with them, and potentially just like ways to earn these motorcycles. And along with that, like I'm saying, I'd love to hear what you guys think about the park, but I definitely love to hear what you guys think about these motorcycles. Most specifically, let me know what is your favorite motorcycle out of all of those that we went over. Just let me know like which number, I guess, or just kind of like by the looks of it, like maybe the alien looking motorcycle, for example, or the 7th motorcycle you went over. I'd love to hear which one you guys are most excited for out of all of those, and you know, potentially your guys' thoughts on some of them, what you think maybe some special abilities they could have could be, since like I'm saying, they might not just be adding more motorcycles, they might like be adding new, like entirely new like features to motorcycles. Maybe, you know, the ability for motorcycles to like have special abilities or something like that. But regardless, I'd love to hear what you guys would think regarding like their stats, what you think their stats might be like, any and all that type of jazz. Which like maybe like your top 3 favorite motorcycles, for example. I don't know, but definitely some stuff with the motorcycles must be heard. But go and let me know in that comment section down below. And a reminder that that comment is gonna put you 1/3 of the way into the Wiggy $12 at your touch place store gift card giveaway. All you gotta do as well is make sure that like button and make sure subscribe. That will ensure you win on today's video. Y'all can go ahead and enter in on every single Last Day on Earth video. When Saturday rolls around, we'll pick a random video for the past week, pick a random comment from that random video, and that will be Whittle for the week. And we'll kick off a new weekly giveaway that exact same Saturday as well. So make sure you stay tuned with that notification bell to stay up to date with every single video y'all can enter in on for that weekly giveaway. Not to mention all the other dope survival games going up on the channel as well, that it helps you stay in the loop on. We're checking out tons of other awesome survival games on the channel as we always do, and you guys might genuinely, by checking out some of these other videos, find something that you guys love, because a lot of these games, you know, as a huge fan of Last Day on Earth, and trust me, Last Day on Earth is a prime example of survival. Me being the survival nut that I am, have come across like through Last Day on Earth, through games similar to it, through games that you guys have recommended, and through games that I'm genuinely looking forward to myself. See ya later, blind one. What you got for me? No big bones or nothing like that. Dang. Makes me a little bit of a sad camper, but I've come across some really cool games, and so have you guys. You guys might come across a game that you might want to check out yourself, because, you know, we're checking out free mobile survival games sometimes, so other times it's just like survival games in general. All the time, though, it's pretty freaking cool things, so if you can see a new series on the channel, definitely give it a go in case you have not already. And that notification bell is a great way to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest of Last Day on Earth information. As soon as any type of new info does come out, we are spreading it to you guys eyes and ears absolutely ASAP, making sure that you guys know what is coming to the future of Last Day on Earth, when that future is, when the new updates are coming, what is going to be coming in those new updates. And not just that, whenever any new info does come out from Last Day on Earth, from Kafir, we are breaking it down, connecting it with information already out there, connecting it with stuff already in the game to give us the clearest look about the certainty and the future of Last Day on Earth, and those future updates when they're coming out, all of that. And as soon as a new update does come out, we are diving absolutely headfirst into it and showcasing off every single little thing that it does have to offer. New locations, new enemies, new anything. If it's new, you name it, we're checking it out, and we're having an absolutely fan-freaking-tastic time with it as well. Just like we're about to have a fan-freaking-tastic time raiding this man, because I am not satisfied by the loot of today. Oh, no, 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 no. Satisfaction is not in my blood today, lads and lassies. That is the one thing that is missing. There's a little bit of hype in there, don't get me wrong, because like I'm saying, these motorcycles, at least some of them, are looking freaking sick. And dude, like that nitrous bike, for example, I think that one might have like potentially like a nitrous ability, like a boost, sorry about the burp there, ability. Like there's just so many cool potential things that these things could come into, and that's why I want to hear what you guys got to say about them as well, because like just by the looks of some of these bikes, dude, like they look like they're gonna, like some of them look like they might have like a special ability associated with them, and ooh, tempting. I might go ahead and drive to you really quickly, because like, you know, kind of like how we have active skills for a person, I could see active skills being incorporated into our motorcycle, and depending on the motorcycle you're driving, you know, you might be able to tap that active skill button, and you know, like the motorcycle will get an active skill, because we personally have active skills. Weapons have unlocked active skills. I think a natural progression could potentially be allowing our freaking motorcycles to have active skills as well and kind of give us some more of a reason to actually ride them around, you know, around the map and stuff. Because, like, don't get me wrong, you can kind of like run people over and have some fun with them, but they're not the most effective things in the world. But you tell me that I can start freaking farting out some flames out of that one motorcycle? You tell me that that nitrous motorcycle starts going 500 miles per hour with like a speed boost? That alien motorcycle, God knows what that thing could do. Regardless, all of them seem absolutely nutty, and we are about to have to deal with you guys. Am I gonna be mugged today? I'm getting mugged. I'm getting mugged. God dang it. Why me? What have I done to deserve being mugged? God, why you gotta do this to me, bro? We could have been friends. I could have watched you guys die to the zombie horde like a good friend would, but no. Instead, we must fight. This hurts. This really hurts. You know, I thought we had great potential. You know, really had a budding friendship going on, and they tossed it out the window. They tossed it out the metaphorical window, because I ain't seen a dang window around here. Hello. Worth it. I'll trade my non-existent friendship with these chopper dudes for some fresh shotgun rain. Now, I have hundreds of green tickets back at home. I value a pistol a little bit more than that, so bye-bye, my friend. Nothing over there on you. Let's see what the bag has in store for me. We'll check out the other dead bodies and chopper numero 2 as well. That bag's looking kind of mad. Mr. Chopper, do you have something better for me? Ooh, actually he does. Well, I will grab these nails instead of those 2 springs. Definitely value those a little bit more. I will get rid of that level 1 hatchet. I'm sorry, hatchet. It was good while we were friends, but now we are not friends anymore. I am sorry. I'm sorry to betray you so quickly. And, I could stack some of that. I know I could siphon some of this fuel, so maybe we bring motorcycle over here really quickly. Be like, hey, now I take the fuel from you. And it is like, oh, okay, this is fun. And then, you know, I mean, they're dead. They can't exactly stop it from happening or anything. So it's a win-win-win. No one's losing in this situation, you know? Like, these guys lost a little bit ago, but now that they're dead, you know, the L's been taken. They can't catch any more L's. After you're dead, you're kind of done taking L's. At least in my opinion, you kind of got to be alive to take an L, you know? I don't know, maybe I'm getting a bit too philosophical now, but they can't exactly do nothing about it. You know, maybe I'm making their ghosts roll over in their grave, but regardless, I need to steal this. I'm also probably going to take at some point. Honestly, I might just go ahead and chow down on the food. Grab that bad boy instead, and then you were a thirsty lad for some freaking reason. God knows why. I'll go ahead and just put those 2 things to make sure we pick them up. We'll go ahead and use this water. We will go ahead and spread some vitamin B. Thank you so much for the gas and loot, my friend. Your sacrifice was not in vain, and allow this vitamin P to be my token of appreciation. Now, if you allow me, I gotta steal some gas from you over here. Okay. Glad we could come to this common understanding. Baboop. Let's toss those over there. Oh, and we got a little bit of leeway there because we have built up our motorcycle gas tank fuel stack, English hard, up to 20, which means that we might actually have another inventory slot for something here. Regardless, we definitely should have, god dang it, not mean to get on top of you, some more gas slots over here for us to use these water bottles upon, or should I say gas bottles. Dude, I wish we could turn these things into some Molotovs, though. Speaking of the flamethrowers that we were talking about in the last episode, man, we gotta be able to do something with Molotovs. Like, if we can't shoot flames, at least let us freaking violently throw them somewhere. Is that so much to ask? Like, jeez Louise, give me a little bit of freedom here, man. If they're not gonna allow us to have no flamethrower, and I mean, the flare gun's nice and all, at least let me throw explosions of fire. All right, let me be the pyromaniac self that I want to be. Is that so much to ask? Apparently so, because I can't do nothing except spam flare gun at people. All right, we got what we need out of there. I could pick up band-aids, but I got hundreds of those back at home. These, on the other hand, oh, and I gotta put the gasoline away, and then I'll grab that and we'll start skedaddling our way home, putting all this stuff away, and preparing for today's raid and getting quite a little bit of loot. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for along the way. But as soon as that type of new update does come out, we're diving headfirst into it and showcasing off all the new things that it has to offer. Doesn't matter how hard they might be to defeat, if it's an enemy, to craft, if it's a new thing, or to freaking be able to, like, build up, if it's like a motorcycle or like a helicopter, an ATV, for example. We have a massive store of loot. I'm willing to use it in every which way possible, and if our loot store is not enough, oh, I'm willing. I'm willing, at least on this account, to drop some dollar dues to show off all new things that there are. Show off the best ways of tackling these new things. Showing off these new things are even worth it. Like maybe if there's a boss battle that gives you a weapon. Is it really worth killing that boss in the first place? Well, I'll kill the boss and find out. I'd rather take an L and blow through all of the loot that I've stockpiled through this base and hopefully, you know, be able to educate you guys and provide some insight into this and have any of you guys potentially lose out and make bad decisions. So hopefully I can make potential bad decisions and help you guys in making the good ones. And it's really cool as well because another thing that we can actually do by doing that, let me just go and start putting some of this stuff away and make sure that we start stacking some things away as well. Give you guys a little sneak peek into our inventory over here and some of the marvelous things that we have stockpiled. I know. And then since we are also doing our little free-to-play account on the side as well, that is a lot more earlier game, a little bit lower level. It actually gives us the opportunity to, like, you know, check these new updates out from like different perspectives, see them from the perspective of like a newer player, see them from the perspective of someone without as much loot to blow through, and really kind of showcase off, you know, how the new updates like affect a variety of people. So I think that that's really cool. But so we got a really cool raid coming up that I got to go ahead and prepare for. So I'm gonna do that and talk to y'all in a second. And we're looking nice and prepared for this raid that we gotta go ahead and knock out with the help of 2 C4, 6 iron hatchets, and a mechanized weapon of doom and destruction, along with our pistol of happiness and drizzle. Just kidding, it's also doom and destruction, baby. So without further ado, let's get this battle cry into the battle. No, dealer, I'm sorry, you can't negotiate me away from this raid, because this is a raid of revenge as well. That's why there are footsteps that we're following throughout this forest grassland area, and we're coming across Mr. 9 periods over here. And, well, it's gonna be time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to see what this base is all about. So far, it does not look like it is the biggest base in the world, and there we have the first parts of it. And okay, there is a stone area, a stone part to this base over here. From the general location and placement of a lot of this base, I think I can tell you one thing. I want to say, I do want to say, and hear me out over here. I believe that there is, that's kind of like the 3x3 little safe room that exists pretty much everywhere. Oh, and I gotta go in and grab these hatchets, by the way. This looks like a starter base that's been built up a little bit. It's probably gonna have that 3x3 stone safe room in the middle, followed by that little like expansion over to the right side with I'm guessing probably gonna be the gunsmith bench, chopper, maybe something else as well. But before we do decide to invest that C4, let's make sure that we go into here. Maybe one of those walls inside has not been upgraded, and yeah, there you guys can see what appears to be our hunch being, for the most part, correct. We're not seeing much more in there. We got plenty of iron hatchet here to spare. Let's break into this wall as well. And all right, note to you guys, don't even bother breaking that wall. That's a waste of iron hatchet and a waste of 2 noise, and every little bit of noise might matter. Although, by the looks of this base, that might not necessarily apply, because unless there's a ginormous stockpile inside of here, right? Which, by the way, we're about to go ahead and find out, as a wise man once said, bada bing, bada boom. Oh, there's actually a little bit of a stockpile, if you ask me. Now then, I gotta go ahead and, oh, here's the thing, by the way, we might be able to run around some of these spikes a little bit, and if we can just have these guys take a little bit of damage, nope. This saw blade base can do a lot of damage. It does 70 damage. If any of these guys, any of these fast biters get hit once, they insta die, dude, because we also have the buff from the healer that gives us 20% extra melee damage. You guys are seeing the power of that buff. This saw blade mace, Mr. Saw blade mace, I love you. I'm just finish you off that way, yeet. Oh, sawed his face right off. And we'll go in and wait for this to recover. JK 145, dear God. The power of this saw blade mace is too dang high, man. Oh my God, I'm not complaining though. I'm more in awe, if anything. Hey, a fully mounted pistol. I will take that to the bank. What do you have for me, Mr. Chest numero 2? Ooh, there's my 10 iron back already. We're not necessarily making profit, but we're not making losses, except for, okay. Got a little bit of stuff there. Some wood I'll use to repair all the walls that these raiders freaking broke into. But yeah, we're not necessarily making profit yet, but we're not taking losses. Hello! That ain't too bad. Oh, baby, the zombies are running away. Let's go ahead and pistol drizzle the bejesus out of them. And when you appear, let's saw you in half. Soften you up a little bit. Hit you with the slow-mo. Hit you with the saw blade mace. I was hoping that that might kill you or something. That's not ready to do its big boy saw blading quite yet. But there we go. We murdered all those dudes. Easy peasy. Anything else good in here? A little bit of copper, a little bit of that. I don't think inventory space is going to be a huge issue. We ought to be able to take most of the good stuff. Yeah, I think we ought to be pretty okay. It's getting dangerous here. Yeah, good thing danger's my middle name. Just kidding. It's Travis. Just kidding. No, it's not. Could you imagine, though? Oh, what a coinkydink if I said it was Travis and it actually was. I'm sorry. I giggle at the stupidest of things. Travis being my middle name. Dude, I wish, man. Travis is a pretty freaking cool middle name. But instead, he just got me over here. Speaking of names, man, can I just say, man, my name, a little bit on the generic side. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad one. It's an OG name. This name's been around for a hot minute. It's been around ever since the days of the stories of my man, David and Goliath. You know, like the little dude who beat the poop out of the big dude. Yeah, my name's Goliath. No, it's David. You know, it seems pretty generic. It's got 5 letters going to it, but it stood the test of time. It's a pretty decent one, and for that, yo, shouts out me mom. Shouts out me pops for granting me it. Not too shabby if I say so myself, although sometimes I wish it was something else. But don't we all? I don't know. I'm pretty cool being a David, though. I'll stick with it. You know, I won't go through any drastic means to do nothing about it, but we've gone through some pretty drastic means to break into this base. We, after all, literally put some C4 on his dang door. You know, whenever I wanted to get into one of my buddy's bases, I just kind of knocked a lot, obnoxiously. I've never resorted to, well, tossing high explosives quite literally on his doorstep. But maybe Last Day on Earth is teaching me a life lesson here. If one of your buddies ain't picking up the door, I think Last Day on Earth is suggesting a solution, yeah? Well, I just like genuinely don't know what else to pick up from here, so I'll probably start to pick up as much as I can, and also, we got a little bit of noise to play with here before the big one appears. Let's see what these workbenches have in store for us and see if maybe they're hiding like some oak in the wooden ones. That'd be pretty nice, but yeah, so far I'm kind of doubting it for some reason, and that doubt was rooted in a good place. We could also break this, which I think we might end up doing, so let's just make sure that we have everything put away into our motorcycle that we possibly can, just so we can kind of like, you know, maximize what we are taking home here. We don't need to worry about the raiders asking for their fair share. We just got to worry about putting the dang stuff away. So put you away, put you away, put you away, put you away, put you away. And I'll use you, Mr. Band-Aids, and I'll put the red tickets away. We might actually be pretty close to having a freaking red ticket opening. So I think we were just a couple of red tickets short after that 10 that we got from the blind one today. So, hey, pretty decent trade if you ask me there. So, yeah, let's see. What will we take from you today, my comrade? I suppose we'll take some of that. I kind of want to prioritize some of the just bigger stacks of stuff. Although the problem is that even the bigger stacks of stuff, man, not as impressive as they could be, you know? I don't know. Nothing that's really wowing me out there. Maybe I'll take some bricks, maybe a couple of stones to craft up some hatchets. And I'll leave an inventory slot here so we could grab something potentially from the furnace. And if not, I'll pick up a stack of carrots and get my vitamin carrot for the day. I forget what vitamins carrots provide, but they provide a vitamin, and woo! I'll take a little bit of that iron, take a little bit of that, and give me the goddamn carrots, boy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and heal up really quickly there. Give me the carrots, and I got a skedaddle! Woo, 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 woo. Apparently that's my new escape noise because I'm out of here. See you later, big one. Thank you for the hospitality. Thank you, Mr. 9 periods, for the hospitality as well. And, ooh, an airdrop that we could go to. I think we might go ahead and knock that one out really quickly, and then I might just walk over and just kind of do the military convoy in my own free time because there's 49 minutes left on that bad boy. Let's see what we got within the airdrop today. But as we are doing that again, cannot wait to hear from you on that comment section down below regarding those motorcycles that we went over today, because some of them are looking freaking stellar, my guy. And the fact that there might be another motorcycle update coming does have me excited. Now hopefully there's other stuff as well, and that's another thing too. Oh, hello, goodbye to you. People are probably gonna be worried about, like, Star, I can't believe that they showed a development about these motorcycle parts instead of like the ATV or something like that. But here's the thing, they showed us a concept art about this, right? And well, the people of the development team who make like concept arts and stuff, they're pretty done with their role in making the ATV, because we've seen the ATVs like in-game models and stuff like that, right? When it comes to development, the people who make like some of the stuff that we have seen today, they are separate and usually one of the more like first or earlier stages of something new being added to the game. Those are known as concept artists. Concept artists do not have the skill set necessary to like be able to like develop something in game. They are there just kind of like give that initial concept and find something cool that everyone with the team, that on the team, so for example like Kafir agrees with, and they kind of like could take a direction that they want with like one of these like potential new, get out of here fast butter, potential new items, potential new choppers in this case coming to the game. So the role of a concept artist, like these guys, they can't do anything for the ATV anymore. We've seen all the ATV concept art, so they've moved on to like the in-game modeling and programming stages. Concept artists, they have nothing to do with that role. I wish they did, but no, they do not. They play a completely different role from that, and I just want to make sure that that is something that you guys are aware of, because that's always some confusion that I see pop up. But literally, this does not affect what we are seeing now, the development of those other things. You know, it's honestly just something on top of that. Otherwise, the concept artists would just be doing nothing. It's better that they're doing something and, you know, coming up with more and more ideas and coming up with these concept arts and the future of the game, rather than sitting around and waiting. You know, that's just kind of like how the development process goes. Yo, my guy, why are you attacking me over here? But yeah, that's just how the development process goes. The concept art tends to be one of the earlier stages, then it moves on to like in-game modeling, actually programming the stuff. It's like being able to like work, you know, programming the AI, all that type of jazz, until ultimately it does become like, it's something that functions in like a playable environment over here in Last Down. So definitely, that's something I just wanted to clarify, because I see a lot of confusion with it. Probably people still gonna be confused, and I remember last time I clarified that some people were like, they should fire the concept artists and hire more programmers. That would be a bad idea, because you need concept artists. They literally come up with this type of stuff, because then this is something that like the in-game modelers, right? Like this concept art that we went over today, that's something that the in-game modelers then can base their modeling off of. They have like a sketch, they have a design to follow. Not just the modeler trying to come up with a design as they try to like put it together in the computer. That's why the artists are the most important kind of like initial step towards getting the ball moving. And once they get the ball moving, they can go and work on getting other balls moving. So I don't know. I really like what they showed though. And I'm really looking forward to this future motorcycle update that is coming our way, along with all the dopeness that it could include. But with that said and with that done, that's going to wrap it up for me for now. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching. This was an awesome one. I'll talk to you next one. See ya.